You know that feeling, right? That electric buzz when you're starting something new. The crisp, clean journal, a brand new pair of running shoes, that super ambitious plan. You just feel completely unstoppable. Like this time, for sure, it's gonna stick. But then, what happens? A few weeks, maybe a couple of months down the road, that fire starts to kind of flicker out. The daily grind really sets in, and suddenly that finish line feels a million miles away. So, where does all that amazing initial energy actually go? Well, let's get into that. See, here's the thing. I think the problem is that we often treat self improvement like it's a sprint. We're just banking on that first big burst of hype to carry us through. But any real, meaningful journey, that's a marathon. And a marathon requires a totally different kind of fuel. Not some quick flash in the pan, but a deep, enduring flame that can go the distance. Okay, so how do we actually build that kind of flame? Well, the first step, and honestly the most important one, is to dig deep and find your why. This is the bedrock, the foundation for a kind of motivation that can truly withstand anything life throws at it. Just look at the contrast here. A surface level goal, something like, I want to lose weight. It's fragile, right? It's so easy to just let that one go. But a core why, a powerful emotional anchor, like, I want to have the energy to really be there for my family. Now that is something that pulls you forward. It's the difference between something you think you should do and something you feel deep down in your bones. You know, Simon Sinek just nailed it with this. It's so true. Your why is the real engine behind everything you do. It's never really about the what. It's all about the purpose behind the what. And that purpose, that's your anchor when the storms of daily life start to hit. All right, let's build on that. Once you have that solid why, the next huge shift is to change your focus. You've got to stop staring at the distant destination and start looking at the journey itself. It really means learning to fall in love with the system, not just the end goal. This table just lays it out so clearly. A goal like run a marathon, I mean, that's massive, it's totally intimidating. But a system like run 3 times this week, that's something you can actually do. It breaks that huge, scary goal down into a simple, repeatable action you can focus on right now. And this is the crucial part. Your victory isn't waiting for you months from now at some finish line. Your victory is today. It's that feeling of satisfaction you get just by showing up and doing the work. And what's really cool is that on a neurological level, every single time you complete that small action, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine. That's not just a nice feeling, it's a reward signal that literally reinforces the habit, building this unstoppable momentum, one day at a time. But of course, let's be real, no journey is ever just a smooth, straight line up. Eventually, you're gonna hit a wall. You're gonna hit that plateau where it feels like you're putting in all this effort for absolutely zero progress. And honestly, this is the point where most people give up. But just look at this chart for a second. That plateau you see there in month 2, that's not failure. Not at all. That's consolidation. That's all the invisible work your brain and your body are doing behind the scenes to make a new skill feel automatic. Progress is still happening. It's just happening under the surface. And it's setting the stage for that huge leap forward you see in month 3. The plateau isn't an obstacle. It's a necessary part of the process. During those really tough times, this quote from Winston Churchill just says it all, doesn't it? The only way out is through. This is that moment that really separates the people who succeed from everyone else. You just have to trust the system you built and keep putting one foot in front of the other. And hey, remember to have some self-compassion. Having an off day doesn't wipe out all your progress. It's not a catastrophe, it's just a data point. Resilience isn't about never falling down, it's about how quickly you decide to get back up. So the next time you slip, what are you going to do? Are you going to abandon the whole path or just take the next step? Okay, our final strategy is a real game changer because it's all about making things easier on yourself. Look, your willpower, it's a finite resource. It runs out. So instead of trying to rely on it all the time, you need to become the architect of your own environment. This is just so brilliantly practical. You want to read more? Don't hide the book on a shelf. Put it right on your pillow. Trying to eat healthier? Don't leave junk food on the counter. Hide it somewhere hard to reach. And this last one is huge. Surround yourself with supportive people, people whose energy actually pulls you forward. You want to design a world where doing the right thing is the path of least resistance. And you know, part of that smart design is planning for strategic rest. Burnout is the #1 enemy of long-term motivation. And I love this quote from Anne Lamott because sometimes the most productive thing you can possibly do is just unplug. It's during rest, during sleep, that our brain actually consolidates memories and locks in our new skills. Rest isn't a sign of weakness, it is an absolutely vital part of the growth cycle. So, let's pull all of this together. Staying motivated for the long haul, it's really a craft. It's about having that deep sense of purpose, finding joy in the daily process, and building an environment that supports you. And with every single step you take, you're not just getting closer to some goal, you are literally transforming into the kind of strong, resilient person who is capable of achieving it. Because in the end, the real reward isn't the destination itself. It's the person you become along the way. The journey of 1,000 miles always begins with a single step. So I'll just leave you with this question. What journey will you begin today?